Hi guys, just Janice, and we're going to be playing with some alcohol inks. I'm going to be later on another video. I'm going to be doing a really large piece, probably I think she wants a 3x3 on a panel board, which is going to be pricey, but that's okay. She picked out the colors Wild Plum and Vineyard, but she wants two kind of sister pieces, and she wants this technique done. She wants the kind of the crack looking. So I thought I'd go ahead on a 12x12, the ultra smooth gesso panels, the DaVinci. I think I get them at Jerry's. I'll put the link in, and they're really good because they clean up really well. This is the 3/4 inch, and to start with, I just take some 97% paper towel, clean it off. Easy peasy. It dries really fast, but it gets clean. Oh, also for the veining, I'm going to be doing the Pinata Brass. This adds really cool effects in it. So, to get started, she wants the Wild Plum. It's loud, but it's pretty. So, to start, after I clean it, I take one drop to the center. And I take my brass, put a drop, maybe two in, but I'll start with two. And then I take my alcohol, which I've put in a needle nose. I use the bigger bottle. Use this bigger bottle when I'm doing large pieces. And I don't want it to get away from me, but I put it on, around, and out. And one of the tips is more alcohol, less ink, is really one of the tricks. And then I just start pushing. That brass is floating on top, so I start pushing it around. But for these thin ones, these cracks, quote unquote, I try to keep everything to the center. Now, there's a dry spot right there. Weird. When you're working on a very dry substrate, if you can pick up enough alcohol, it'll carry your color out to where you want it. And see right there, it was too dry. So I'll come in with a little more alcohol and help it guide. But for these thin ones, I try to keep most of the color to the center. And I'll do that, and then I'll come back in and I'll show you how I do the wispy outside. See, I pushed it and splashed too much. That's why I try to do a practice piece first, because I have to remind myself to slow down. So because she wants a little bit of vineyard, I'm going to add a tiny bit. Now remember, this right here, that was one drop of ink. Because I have enough alcohol on there, I didn't need to add much more. But this is my first half of getting started. And when I get started, it doesn't always look pretty, but I know where it's going to go. These are some pretty but very loud colors. And I want it to travel up there, so I put a little more alcohol. And I chase it to the alcohol. So, then I will, now remember that was one drop of the pink, the Wild Plum, and one tiny drop of the Vineyard. Now we will come back in and we will do the wispies and clean everything up. So now I add one more drop, a little more of my brass, my alcohol, it's like Clara Lawrence says, you're herding cats. And you just kind of, in order to be able to herd the cats, the ink, you have to have enough alcohol on your substrate to keep it going. And if I feel like I've got too much and I don't want it to get away from me, I don't want it to bleed out, if I've got too much alcohol, I can go in with a paper towel. That's one of the beauties of working with ink, is you can reanimate the colors at any time. Now if I was using the blower, this would be pretty dry. I feel weird using, I feel like I'm awkward because I normally switch hands, but my left hand is hurting. And these things are, yeah, build up strength. Okay, so I want a little tiny bit of the vineyard. Gonna push it out. A little tiny drop of the brass. Push it out. A little tiny drop of alcohol, maybe two. Come back with our other color. Pick it up. Okay, now I'm going to go on to doing the wispies. I'm going to fill up my alcohol thing real quick. Okay, another quick tip. Don't refill your little bottles over your substrate that you're working on, because I poured alcohol right here, and as you can see, I wiped it up, and I didn't fix it because I can show you how I can fix it from, I got so much alcohol there now, I can fix it from doing the wispies. So we're going to go in and do our wispies now. So to do the wispies, I'm going to go to this end first. What I do is I put a line of alcohol on the outside, just a small one, and I go in, grab color, come back out, go in, grab color, come back out. I just keep repeating that till I can get the shape I want. And sometimes I go around the edges like maybe 2 times. But you want to create little wisps. I do a line of alcohol. I go in, grab color, come back out. Grab color, come back out. Until I get to the shape I want it to be. And sometimes I will actually go and just grab color, come out, and then go back around and do all of the little wispy lines. So we'll put on some music while I do this, because this is like wash, rinse, repeat. Okay, you kind of get the idea. On this one, I would probably spend a lot more time bringing the color in a line and making the wispies. But you can see what I mean by the wispies, the little tiny lines that come out. This gave me trouble. But with this one, I'd probably just keep pushing to the middle. But you get the idea. Inks are fun. Some colors act different. But as everybody knows, humidity does play a huge part in things. Your substrate does, the amount of alcohol you use. But I will eventually push that in to where it looks like it has depth in it. So, and I want to remind you, this was 2 drops of the pink and tiny, probably equal 1 drop of the purple. And it moves. So on the big one, I would probably just do a couple drops and just push it all out. So that's it. And I may work on this, I may not, I may start over, but it's fun, it's relaxing. Give it a try. They're not super scary. They do stain your hands. I am completely open here. I have fans going everywhere. I have an air purifier. So that's one of the reasons I don't wear my respirator, but I usually wear a mask, but I was talking this time. But if I'm using any more than just a couple drops and a lot of alcohol, I wear a respirator. So very important. So we want to save our brain cells for when we want to be able to still laugh at ourselves at 80. All right, guys. Julie E's up next. She's got a beautiful painting. So let's go over to her. I'm not sure if the boys do, but let's hope so. I think they might. But have a great day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.